I have in front of me the Roland's Go Key 5 and here the Yamaha PSR EW425, which are very closely priced and both are extremely popular choices. And today we're going to put them in a matchup and see who emerges victorious. First, let's look at the price. And here the winner is the Yamaha PSR EW425 because it is right now going for $489, whereas the Go Keys 5 is going for $499. Next up, we have the number of keys. On the Go Keys 5, we have just 61 keys, whereas for those who prefer to play piano pieces, the Yamaha PSR EW425 comes with 76 keys, and therefore Yamaha takes the point. Next, let's look at the quality of the key action. And now on the Yamaha. In my opinion, if you are playing mostly piano tones, the Go Keys 5 is a better key action. However, for all other instrument sounds like brass, synth, etc., the Yamaha key action is actually better than the Roland. And here we have a tie. What about the onboard sounds on these keyboards? The Yamaha has 792 onboard sounds and 28 drum kits, whereas the Roland has a whopping 1,154 sounds and 75 drum kits. So here, Roland definitely takes the cake. The sounds on both this keyboard can be layered as well as split, and they all can be done pretty easily, and both get a point each. Let's have a listen to the sound quality of the default grand piano voice. Both these keyboards contains thousands of sounds and it would just take too long to compare all the sounds, but I think the default grand piano voice is what many people would use most of the time, and let's have a listen to it. So this really boils down to how you like your sounds. As you can hear, the Roland Go Keys has a warmer and woodier tone. Some may like it, some may not like it. The Yamaha has a brighter tone, which is great if you're trying to cut through the mix. Let's listen to the electric piano. I think it will be used quite often on both these keyboards. I found pretty similar electric pianos, and you can have a listen and see which you prefer. Both these keyboards have good quality samples for what you're paying for, and there's no way we can fault the sounds in here. And for this, both keyboards get 1 point each. Next, let's look at polyphony. What is note polyphony? Polyphony is the number of notes that can sound at one time. Here, the Yamaha has only a 64 note polyphony, whereas the Roland Go Keys 5 has a whopping 256 note polyphony, and for just $10 more than the Yamaha. So the question that I often get is, we have only 10 fingers. Why should I care about polyphony, whether it's 256 or 64 note of polyphony? When you layer two sounds together, that will gobble up twice the number of polyphony. And when you sustain notes, that eats up more polyphony. When you have a backing track and accompaniment running on the background, that eats up even more polyphony. So the number of polyphony ensures that all the notes that you're playing doesn't get dropped off. Effects plays a huge role in shaping your sounds, and here both keyboards have the standard reverb and choruses. However, on the Yamaha you get 53 DSP effects, and on the Roland you get a whopping 108 DSP effects. So here 1 point is awarded to Roland. Let's look at live control next. On the Roland Go Keys 5, you only get a pitch bend wheel and an option to connect an expression pedal in addition to a sustain pedal for controlling the live sound. On the Yamaha, there are a lot more options in addition to a pitch bend wheel and a sustain pedal input. Unfortunately, you don't get an expression pedal input. However, you get two live control knobs over here, as well as a motion effects button, which applies a whole myriad of combination effects, as well as an articulation button. All these plays a huge part in being more expressive in your sounds, which unfortunately is missing in the Roland. And here, Yamaha gets 1 point. Both these keyboards have arranger functionality, and your Yamaha comes with 290 onboard rhythm accompaniment styles, whereas the Roland comes with only 203. So here, Yamaha gets the additional point. However, I'm disappointed that every rhythm only comes with 2 variations on the Yamaha, whereas the Roland has 4 variations for every rhythm. In addition, you get 2 intro and endings on the Roland, one a simple intro and ending, the other one a longer, more busy intro and ending on the Roland, whereas on the Yamaha, you only have the option of 1 intro, 1 ending, and it's a really busy one, which sometimes may not be the most suitable for what you're trying to play. And here, Roland gets 1 point. Let's listen to the quality of the style programming on the Roland. And now on the Yamaha. Both these brands have very strong style accompaniments as compared to other brands like Casio, for example, which doesn't have as well programmed styles. And really, it's a matter of preference. Personally, I prefer how the styles on Yamaha keyboard sounds like, but it is really your choice to make, and I'm not going to award a point for each of this keyboard because it really boils down to a matter of preferences. If you are enjoying this video so far, go ahead and smash that like button. Don't forget to check the description where I have my favorite recommended pianos, keyboards, and music learning apps. Let's talk about accompaniment track controls here. And on the Yamaha, you have the ability to mute individual accompaniment tracks of up to 6 different tracks. So that allows you a lot of variation in how busy or how simple, as well as to build up your accompaniment accordingly to your arrangement. Whereas on the Go Keys 5, you only have 3-track volume controls. You can lower or raise the percussion, the bass, or the accompaniment, which only gives you 3-track controls of the accompaniment. And here, Yamaha gets the point. One thing I really love on the Go Keys 5 is the chord sequencer. And here we have a pretty sophisticated chord sequencer on the Go Keys 5, which leaves your left hand free to play more melodic as well as harmonic phrases. Whereas on the PSR EW425, you don't have a chord sequencer, and Roland wins this round. With so many configurable parameters on this keyboard, it is important that we have enough registration memory slots to store all the settings. On Yamaha, we have 8 banks of 4 registrations, which gives us a total of 32 registration slots. On the Roland Go Keys 5, you get 256 scenes that you can save your own registration settings. Because of this, Roland gets 1 point. However, I need to put a caveat. I much prefer the registration memory settings of the Yamaha. It's a lot easier to use in a live setting, and you can configure one bank for one song, which is something you cannot do with the Roland Go Keys 5. The scenes implementation is a little bit clunky, and for that ease of use, Yamaha gets the 1 point. Let's look at recording your performance. On both these keyboards, you can plug in a USB flash drive and you can record digital audio of your performance directly to the USB flash drive. However, when it comes to MIDI song recording, the Roland Go Keys 5 is really simplified and only allows a one-track MIDI song recording. On the EW425, you get a 6-track MIDI sequencer, which is so much more powerful and flexible. The EW425 comes with a basic sampler that allows you to load your own samples or record your samples through the built-in microphone onto these quick sampling pads over here. The Roland Go Keys 5 has no sampling functionality. What about the user interface? I really love the EW425 user interface. There are just a lot more buttons, the LCD screen is bigger, and there are just so many extra buttons that you can use, for example, for your track controls, for your arranger controls. On the Roland Go Keys 5, they've gone for a cleaner look, and you get a smaller LCD screen, and there is no dedicated arranger controls. The biggest selling point of the Roland Go Keys 5 is the expansion. And here, this Roland really takes the cake. The Roland Go Keys 5 using Cloud Connect allows you to expand both the styles as well as the sounds. And on Roland Cloud Connect, there are thousands of styles as well as sounds you can load onto your keyboard. Whereas the PSR EW425 has no functionality to expand the onboard sounds. And the number of additional styles that you can load is only 10 more. And there are really a very limited number of Yamaha styles suitable for the EW425 on the internet. Most of the styles for Yamaha are catered towards the SX as well as GNOS series of keyboards. For this, Roland gets the well-deserved 1 point. Because the EW425 came out a couple of years ago, it does not have Bluetooth functionality. Go Keys 5 comes with a built-in wireless Bluetooth functionality, which allows you to stream your backing tracks via its inbuilt speakers. What about the onboard amplification system? The Roland Go Keys 5 only comes with a pair of speakers, although there is a bass port, but there are really only just 2 speakers inside. And on the Yamaha, you get 4 speakers, and that gives it much better sound separation, and you can hear that the sounds are a lot clearer, and this is also sounds brighter and more powerful. For this, Yamaha gets the point. While both these keyboards have a microphone input for you to plug in a mic to sing along with, the effects that you can apply on the microphone input is what separates these apart. The Yamaha has a more basic reverb and chorus and some simple effects that you can apply to the mic input. Whereas the Roland Go Keys 5 has a more sophisticated mic effect system. You have voice harmony and you also get voice transform, which is not found on the Yamaha. And for that, Roland gets the 1 point. For those who like to be closet DJ, the Yamaha comes with a Groove Creator feature that allows you to mix and match different parts to build up your own song like a DJ. The Roland does not come with this functionality, although I think it's kind of gimmicky and I don't use that. I personally do not know of anyone who uses the Groove Creator functionality on the EW425, but still, This has the Groove Creator functionality and the Go Keys 5 doesn't, and the Yamaha takes 1 point. Both these keyboards are meant to be carried anywhere and you can play them away from a power outlet, and therefore both these keyboards support battery operation. However, the Yamaha uses D-size batteries, whereas the Go Keys 5 uses the more commonly found AA batteries. And I don't think it's so easy to find D-size rechargeable batteries unless you can find an adapter or a casing for AA rechargeable batteries to convert them into D-size for use with Yamaha. For the sheer convenience of AA batteries, the Roland Go Keys 5 takes 1 extra point. One thing I cannot understand on the Roland Go Keys 5 is it does not come with a music rest for your music books, whereas the Yamaha has one in the box. The Roland Go Keys 5, you have to pay extra for that music rest if you want one, and the Yamaha gets 1 point. Both these keyboards are quite capable at casual performances on stage and for plugging into a PA system or a mixer system. And because of this, both have 1/4 inch stereo outputs. However, when it comes to the headphones jack, that is the difference. The Yamaha has a more robust 1/4 inch headphones jack input, whereas the Roland has a 3.5mm that is more fragile headphones input. When it comes to mobile app, the Roland has the Roland Cloud Connect for expanding the sounds as well as the rhythm accompaniments, whereas the EW425 has a very useful Rec and Share app that allows you to record videos and digital audio directly from the keyboard synchronized to the video that you have captured on your phone, which allows you to just share it with your friends and family on social media or on messaging apps. And that is really useful. Roland right now does not have that functionality on their Cloud Connect app. So both apps have their own strengths and weaknesses, and because of this, both get 1 point. These keyboards are meant to be portable, and the weight is an important factor because the Roland Go Keys 5 is smaller, has fewer keys. This only weighs 10 pounds. The Yamaha PSR EW425 weighs 18 pounds. That is almost twice as heavy as the Roland keyboard. And for this, the Roland gets 1 point. In conclusion, here's what I think. It seems like Yamaha has won this comparison with 17 points versus Roland 15 points. However, things are not that simple. Really, these keyboards have different use cases. If you need more keys, you will go for the Yamaha, which has 76 keys, especially if you're trying to play more pianistic pieces. And if arranger track controls is important to you, you would also go for the Yamaha as well as the 6-track sequencer. If you're looking for infinite sound and style expansion and future-proofing your keyboard, as well as a keyboard that is literally half the weight of the Yamaha, the Roland Go Keys 5 is the one for you. I hope you found this comparison useful. My name is Jeremy C, and I'll see you in my next video.